Hi, this is Nagina Abdullah, and I'm here with Heather, one of my Spice Yourself Skinny graduates. And Heather is a mom and an entrepreneur, and I am going to say hello and have her introduce herself and tell us how much she lost in Spice Yourself Skinny and then afterwards. Hi, Heather.
Hi. So during the program, with everything I learned, I lost over 13 pounds and over 8.5 inches. Since then, I've continued with the principles that I learned, and I've lost over 18 pounds and over 4.5 inches on my waist.
Oh my God, that is amazing. And your pictures look so different from before and after. I mean, everything looks different. Even as I'm looking at your face is so thin, so much thinner from the pictures from before. So I can just imagine what an amazing transformation that is for you in so many ways, to lose 18 pounds as of now. So that's incredible.
Thank you.
So I wanted to start by asking you I really want to have you give some of the tips to our current Spice Yourself Skinny sisters that are, starting the system. I want you to share, how you were able to be successful. So first I want to start off by asking you, what did you eat before Spice Yourself Skinny? Like, what are the kind of typical foods you used to eat?
So we were kind of a typical meat, potatoes, pasta kind of family. The more I think about it, we ate a lot of pasta, lots of bread. Everything we'd eat. From our soups to our pasta, lasagna. We always had a side of bread. Our snacks. We always had a bag of chips around. Always had crackers and stuff like that.
So yes, like that, just food around meat and potatoes, pasta. Yes, that kind of like American diet. It's like
Very heavy. Yeah.
Yeah, heavy, eat more. Okay, so tell me, we talked a little bit about how you're not a kitchen person necessarily, but you were able to prep your food on the weekend. So how did you go about prepping so that that you didn't get overwhelmed, so that you fit it into your weekend? Like, what are some of the things that you did to make it work for you?
So Sunday was always kind of my my get ready for the week day anyway. I don't like to spend every night cooking, so I would I'd make that big pot of sauce and spaghetti on Sundays, or make that big pan of lasagna, and so it kind of rolled into what I was kind of already doing, except I was making good food this time, and not actually spending less time in the kitchen on Sunday than I usually did. But it just made it so much easier during the week, because I knew when I opened the fridge, I had good, healthy food that I knew would provide results.
Yes, and you were telling me that how you felt about that. Like, how did it feel to have that food in the fridge that you had already prepared and cooked a lot of on Sunday? Like, how did that make you feel?
So it was very rewarding, because as I said before, because I knew it worked. I wasn't just making food to eat. I was making food that was making me healthy and helping me lose weight.
Yes. Okay. So you have this method that you told me about around how many meals you make a week. So how did you go about, would you make all of the meals on the menu, or would you choose some and make those? Like, how did you go about deciding what you were going to cook?
So during the program, I pretty much stuck to the program and made everything as planned. After the program, I picked my favorite recipes, or used the principles that you taught, and would make enough, usually on Sunday, to last the whole week for me and my family. And it still worked. It's still basically the same food. I just make larger quantities.
So, okay, so you make larger quantities, and then you'll eat similar things for that week. For that
Yes.
week, you might repeat it once or twice, or at least maybe twice, and then you'll have a different recipe.
Exactly.
And during the program, you were eating different things every day, and that was really good that was really good as well. But now you're simplifying it even more, and
Yep.
you're making a couple things in bulk. Okay, and
Yes.
you're okay with that. You're okay with
Absolutely.
Yeah. Sometimes it's like the simplification makes it, sometimes you need the different meals every day, and then you can get to a point which is actually really natural to happen. And this is what happened with me too, is that I used to eat different foods all the time. And then after a while you do learn those favorites, and then you make them in bulk. And so it gets easier. And so, I mean, the biggest like lesson I want to tell other people here is that you start off in a certain way, and you start practicing, learning your favorite recipes, learning what you like, and following the principles. And then over time, it actually becomes easier. So just looking ahead, knowing that things are going to start to take less time, you're going to have a system down, and just knowing that things get so easy and so effortless, and the weight can keep coming off, even, you know, even weeks afterwards.
Yep.
Okay. So good. So what's a tip that you can kind of offer to somebody that's starting, or someone that's in the program right now, about, you know, how they can lose weight during Spice Yourself Skinny? Like, what are some of the one or two of the most important things that you feel helped you?
Sure. So prep day we talked about that, is such a huge help and makes the biggest difference. You know, being able during the week, being able to, you know, have something that's ready, or, you know, even this close to be ready. All it has to do is like throw it in the oven or whatever, and you have something ready in 15 minutes. That was a big thing. Another thing that I learned throughout the program was to not be afraid to modify. You know, the things that you like and don't like. For example, I don't like cilantro. So I know, instead of cilantro, you know, maybe I would buy extra parsley and I would use that instead. You know, I don't mind spice, but I don't like the taste of cayenne. So I would leave it out, or use less, you know. And it's modifying, you know, not being afraid to modify, I think helped me a lot. And, you know, and help me not stress out, you know, I'm not doing it right. You know, it's not going to work. But, I think that helped me, is knowing it's okay to change it up just a little bit.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that is so helpful, Heather. Oh my, thank you for sharing that, because like a lot of times we naturally get into this way of feeling where it's like all or nothing, where we feel like, okay, we have to follow all of the rules, or we follow none of the rules.
You know? Yeah.
And it does not have to be like that. I mean, it's absolutely fine to leave out a spice, to have less of it, to replace it with another spice or another ingredient even. Like, you don't have to use the same vegetable or the same meat or protein. You can absolutely change it. And that's the reason that we have the framework, where you see, okay, these are the foods that you should have on your plate. So it can be anything, really. And the recipes are there to help you.
Yes.
But they're not, like, if you follow a different recipe, you'll still lose weight as long as you're eating the right mix of foods in general.
Right.
So yes, and that prep day is very key, because once the week starts, things are just busy, and you end up just eating what's convenient. And so if you can set yourself up to have healthy food that tastes amazing and that's convenient, it's like a win-win, and you just feel so good because you know you're losing weight. Like,
yep.
Yes. So, okay. Well, thank you so much, Heather. And then you actually are drinking something. I want you to share what you're drinking right now.
Yeah, this is a new staple in my life, is infused water. Always consists, you know, cucumber. Usually always has cucumber in it. I always mix it up, change it up a little bit, but it's a new staple.
Yes, and that cucumber is so good for de-bloating. Like, it's really, really good. And you drink that in your water, like, makes you want to keep drinking water. It looks so
exactly.
Oh my gosh. Okay, Heather. Well, thank you so much for sharing your tips, sharing your experience, and good luck continuing.
Oh, thank you so much.